Hey, everybody, it's Dale Jr. and Amy back again for another episode of Bless Your Hardt. And we're doing this remotely from South Carolina on the coast, sandy shores. We're on our kids' spring break, so it's been a great week. But let's dive right into the show. Really been a pretty fun past several days. Everybody knows about the trip that Amy took, so let's get right into that.
Well, I went on a fun girls trip to Miami, and I'll be honest, I think I lost a kitty life on that trip.
Yeah.
We didn't do anything too crazy. I just think recovering from all the fun is harder these days. But we had a blast. The hotel was insane. We stayed at this beautiful place called the Fiena. And it felt like you were in a different world, but a lot of beach time and good food. There was one particular restaurant Dale would have loved. It was like a little speakeasy, and there was a sushi chef there that just made pieces of sushi like one after the next. And so you just ate whatever he made, but it was hidden, and there was only 6 bar stools and like very dark and cool. So all in all, it was a fabulous trip. It was fun to have some girl time, but I'm glad to be here with my fam.
Yeah, we're glad that you're back.
And you guys had a rough time while I was gone.
We're
there.
all together. Yeah. So Amy's trip looked amazing, and I've not really spent a ton of time in Miami. It's been a couple of decades since we really kind of went there and hung out. I remember, I remember going there a couple times after Homestead or for some NASCAR responsibilities. Media. Yeah. So I really was nervous because, I wanted you to have a great trip, but I was kind of taking a gamble on where to send you. There were some other, so the girls that you're friends with were giving me some other resorts and stuff that they knew would be good.
Yeah.
And but those resorts, and this may be where I send you next time. But those resorts are full relax, like full spa, full relax. I wanted you to be able to choose, like I'm gonna chill or I want to go have a little fun and some cocktails.
Yeah.
So
we did all of that.
Sounds like it worked out. The rest of the family drove to South Carolina, and I was so excited about that because I was talking about this a couple minutes ago. Like Amy is kind of the crew chief of the family, and making sure that everybody's fed and making sure that everybody's clean and just all the basic things. Amy's kind of the one in charge, or the one that's sort of over all of that. She's the shop foreman, but and
these titles.
Yeah. So it's the way guys can kind of understand, but I was really excited about taking the girls and meet them having no one but me. I don't know how to articulate this without sounding weird, but I admire how you do. I admire how you take care of them and how they look to you, right? And I admire how I envy a bit sometimes how they know that you're the one that can do it and handle anything.
Yeah,
and
sometimes we have to remind them that you're around, like if they want apple juice or anything in the refrigerator. I'm like, isn't your dad downstairs?
I know.
She'll come all the way upstairs to ask me for something. I'm like, wait a second. And your dad, wasn't he sitting right next to you?
I know. I'm standing.
Yeah, I'm like, well, ask him. He can help you with whatever you need.
I'm standing right there, and they're like, Mom. I'm like, what do you need? I need Mom. And I'm like, well, what is it? My shoe's untied. I'm like, well, I can do that. I can tie your shoe. Like, why wouldn't you? Something's not clicking here. But so yeah, I was really excited to take them, drive them down there. I had the dogs in the back and the kids. I was ready. I was prepared. I had the snacks, the drinks,
the full chaos crew.
We used the bathroom before we left. Everything just went so smoothly. The trip down, like I have drove home from here with Isla back years ago.
Yeah.
And, she had to potty, and we pull over on the side of the road, and we had a little potty thing in the car. And I mean, so so I felt pretty confident I could do this, no problem. And, and we got down here, and it was good. We had a good trip. About a day into it, like we did some fun things, and we went to eat. I took them out, to lunch, and took them to dinner. And then the next morning I woke up and I had this stomach bug. It lasted 2 days, 2.5.
Yeah. So the night before I left,
God,
Nicole came into our room without getting graphic. The stomach bug started on Wednesday night before I left, and it started in our bed. And then every hour after that, she had an episode. So I went to Miami on very little sleep to begin with, and praying I didn't take the stomach bug with me. And I didn't, but poor Dale got it. So he got down here and had all the kids and all the things.
Oh my gosh.
And was sick as he could possibly be.
So remember the week before that, I was sick with a fever for 3 days, like bad. And then like the worst bedridden flu-like sickness I've had in a decade at least. It's terrible. And then I get this stomach bug, and I'm literally like, for one full day, I was laying on the couch here at the beach, and thankfully the kids gave me a lot of grace, and they just kept watching movie after movie after movie, and I would put on a movie, fall asleep, wake up to them going chaos, running around because the movie ended, and put on another movie. They'd calm down, and I'd go back to sleep. And I'm not a puker. Like I don't throw up. I just ain't a throw upper. Anytime I would get inebriated back in the day, man, it was rare that I would throw up. And so when I get nauseous, I don't vomit. I want to. I was sick and I wanted to throw up. I was like, God, I'd feel so much better, I think, if I did, but I just can't. I'm not like that. But finally, like after about a day and a half, it finally started to go away. And it took another full day for me to like finally get the queasiness out of my belly. And it was not fun. But usually those things are like 24 hours, but this was just a little longer. And but I'm glad it's over, man. I got so happy when I felt 100%. We had a few drinks last night, and I'm getting a little hair of the dog right here.
Yeah, same. Got a little mom coffee, a little high rock espresso martini on ice.
So yeah, we had a little fun last night, and we so we're here at the beach having fun. The kids, we go out for walks in the morning. It's awesome. Yeah. Amy's put some posts on her social media, and
we have the dog beach, so it's fun to take the dogs out and let them roam. They can just run and meet up. Like there's thousands of dogs during the day in and out of this beach, so it's fun for everyone to go out and play.
Yeah, I think we joke, man. Like we've had this house. I had a place down in Florida for 10 years, and then we sold it and got something that we could drive to because of the kids and just retiring and thinking about long term. And this is it's such a blessing, man. It's we talking about maybe being here full time someday down the road, but it's a lot of fun and we're enjoying it. But last year we stayed at the beach all summer because I had the whole year off, right? And didn't broadcast or anything. So Amy was down here all of June, all of July when the kids got out of school, the whole summer, man. It was amazing. This year I'll be working. I'm not sure what you're going to do, honey. Are you? I
think we'll go back and forth.
Back and forth a lot.
Yeah, we'll take the kids to a couple of the races and I'll go with you to a couple by myself. So
we'll go back and forth. I keep forgetting you're going to go to some races. I can't even believe that.
Well, I got to follow you around where I can get you.
I know, but you don't go to the races unless I'm driving. So it's kind of interesting to me that you're going to go while I'm broadcasting, but you're going to Mexico?
I'm going to go to Mexico City with you and Sonoma. And I'm going to take the kids to Pocono.
That's right. We're going to get a house. We're going to go to Hershey Park.
Yep. We're going to do all the fun things.
All right. So that'll be fun, but the kids are having a good time on their spring break. We got a few more days.
We did some obligatory history things. We took them to see the Yorktown.
That's
The USS
right.
Yorktown's parked here in the base. So we drive past it every time we come into town, and finally took the kids out and looked at it. And it was cooler than I thought.
Isn't there no battleship or something out there too?
Laffey is out there.
We went out there. I thought we went on a boat. We went on a battleship or something, or some other boat that's over that way.
I thought the Yorktown was the battleship.
So but I don't think I've been on the Yorktown before.
No, I haven't been on another one.
The Yorktown's a carrier, like aircraft carrier. But I think there's another boat out there that we went on. You're like when we first got this place.
Yeah, I don't remember that. But there's things on the island here. There's a fort here and a lot of history around. Yeah. So we took the kids to see some of that.
The Yorktown was awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool.
The Yorktown, it's really, there's like there's these 3 tours that you kind of follow down in the belly of the boat. And you got to watch these signs because you get lost. It's kind of weird. And
you do have a free roaming opportunity to get all over this boat.
I was so surprised by that.
Yeah. Everything's unlocked.
Yeah. There is nobody guiding you. You can roam around this big giant aircraft carrier, all on your own. And every valve and every knob and every switch, pipe, whatever the hell, it's right there in front of you.
And Nicole tried to mess with every single one of them.
Yeah. And I'm sitting there, man, walking through this thing, and I'm loving it.
The stairs were super steep, so I was so nervous that the kids were going to slide down, especially since they're always pushing on each other and not giving each other enough space. Somebody's going to fall down and like break a leg or bust their face open on these metal stairs.
I was trying to put myself, like, imagine being on that boat and miles out into the ocean, right? And you're in this, in these cots, and there's a room full of cots, and 4 or 5 cots stacked on top of each other, and that's what you got. And it would have been tough. I know it's exciting to go tour it and neat to walk down through it, but I bet it was not
as
glamorous and exciting and fun to have been on that thing for a long period of time. And imagine it was just work, get up every day, work all day, go to bed. Bet your ass was, I was like, man, I bet they can't sleep in these cots. These cots don't look comfortable. I bet your ass was tired. You didn't care. You just wanted to lay down. But it was pretty neat.
It was really neat.
Yeah. And I would suggest anybody that's down in the Charleston area to go to the Yorktown and check it out because, again, you can tour it. You're by yourself. You take your own time. You kind of absorb it at your own pace, and you can literally go almost every square inch of this boat. And they do a good job of kind of having a lot of
interactive things,
but props.
Yeah,
there's tons of props and mannequins
to display and show how all the spaces were used.
Of like what was going on.
Yeah,
and it's so like the dentist. There was like 5 dentist chairs.
They were medieval looking.
Yeah, old school.
Can't imagine what dentistry on that boat was like back in the day.
They were just like, hey, we're pulling it. It's got a little cavity here. It's just going to get pulled out. I bet that's what happened. I don't think they were doing any real,
They weren't fine tuning and making your mouth look nice. They were just getting rid of the bad stuff.
They weren't doing veneers or anything.
No.
But that was pretty cool. We had if you look around this room, there's some blinds on the windows. And the fun thing about this place and the environment, it's rough. But
it's not that rough.
Well, the environment is like the rust, the ocean,
being so close to the ocean,
salt in the air, all that. Yeah. So everything kind of gets its ass kicked, and so
including us.
Yeah, all the stuff. Yeah, including us. But like all the piping, wiring, all the things that like the water heaters and all the stuff around the house, you got to stay on top of stuff. You're always working on something.
Yeah.
But we came up here, and there was this fine powder on 2 of the window sills, and it was wood. It was like a little sawdust. And these blinds, Amy ordered these blinds from where?
I got them on Etsy. They came from Thailand, I think.
Yeah.
they came over in one box all rolled up. They're called chick blinds. And I wanted something like authentic and just really, really laid back. And so like we're in the bar area and the whole idea of here is for it to feel like just like an old beach bar, fish camp, whatever, you know? And so they fit the vibe, but they are they aren't without their challenges.
Yeah. So I'm looking at the windowsill right here, and there was this fine dust on a couple of the windowsills, and there were, what I learned, were powder post beetles in these blinds. And so a powder post beetle, this is...
How long have the blinds been hanging in here?
The blinds been in here for at least...
For a year?
A year, 6 months to a year. So the powder post beetles will get into raw wood and unfinished. And it's, it's going to be... They don't really... I don't know that they get into like walls and things like that, but they get into dressers and furniture and things like that. And so somewhere along the line, and they'll get in there and they'll plant their larva in the wood, and it's in there for years. So these boys had been in this blind way back wherever it came from and traveled all the way over here, and we put it up, and then they've been here, and they'll be in the wood for up to 3 years before it finally hatches and comes out.
And then they're alive for 2 weeks. Is that what you learned?
And then they're alive for like 2 weeks while they're trying to put more eggs somewhere. And then they die. And then the new larva
the whole process is repulsive.
For a year to 3 years. Yeah. And so these things were full of beetles. And they started hatching and started coming out and started burrowing into new things. And so they burrowed back into the blinds to re-infest the blind. And then they got in a chair. So I found a little powder underneath one of the chairs. So we had to basically call a pest control to come out here. I took all these blinds down. We sent the blinds with the pest control folks, Ledford, great company here in South Carolina, and family owned. And so they treated all these blinds and then came back and treated the furniture.
The wicker furniture.
And so
anything hollow they can bury in.
And so we're hoping
bury.
That treatment that they put on there got them. And I'm sitting right here, and I see 2 dead beetles right here on this windowsill.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, there's 2 right here, Amy.
That fell out of that thing when we rolled it up?
Thing. There's another one. So they're hopefully we won't see more powder. As long as there's no powder, because that means they're alive and working.
Gross.
But that's one of the fun things about.
Well, you're always trying to kill something around here.
Yeah. So I was wondering if rats listen to podcasts, because we had this big long spiel on how I was going to come down here and take care of business because we had some rats.
Did you take care of some business? Did you kill any?
No. So I put out 2 traps, the little zappers that puts them to sleep forever, and we ain't caught nothing yet.
We stuffed Hershey bars in them this time.
Mm-hmm.
No Reese's cups to be found, so we stuffed the s'more, basically our s'more stack. We stuffed in there. They must not like the s'mores.
No,
s'more chocolate.
I think they like. They like chocolate. I've gotten them with chocolate.
Just before. Chocolate?
Yeah, I think they'll eat chocolate. They'll eat anything.
I'd have put some cheese in there. Like, is that the standard? Is that too cliche?
Probably.
Does that not work?
Yeah, they'd probably be insulted.
Insulted.
These humans. But I haven't caught any rats, so I'm a little. And I was thinking around this poop that I found are some acorn shells. And so I looked it up on the internet, and squirrel poop and rat poop are very similar, just shaped exactly the same, but different color a little bit, which really is not relative or what am I looking for?
Relevant.
And so it could be squirrel poop. Could have been squirrels just chilling out during the freeze, because we had a couple of freezes. They may have been just chilling out eating some acorns. Rats eat acorns too, they say. So I don't know.
Who knows?
We might not have rats at all.
We have an extra baby monitor that we just took down. Dale sliced his hand trying to take this thing apart. Yes. We moved Nicole into the other, to like the bunk room. And
see my
so we have a camera we could put down there to investigate. Maybe we should just do that so we don't have to keep guessing.
That is the worst, when you like cut yourself right where your fingerprint is, like where you're going to touch things all the time.
You must have been manhandling it.
I was taking apart.
I don't even understand what you broke your finger on.
The tripod.
The whole
part,
thing's made out of plastic.
I know the tripod part of the Nanit camera comes apart, like slides apart, and it sliced my hand when I was
going too hard.
Hey, this is Dale Jr. and for the latest Bless Your Hardt gear, go to shop.dirtymomedia.com. We've got plenty of options for everybody and adding new stuff every day. Go to shop.dirtymomedia.com.
Speaking of going too hard, I want to get into our karaoke conversation. So we talked about music cleanse. I was wondering what people thought about the music cleanse. if they kind of understood what I'm, if anybody else does a music cleanse. But does
anyone else need to do a music cleanse?
So
Tim's, do you do anything like that?
You know what? There are winter and summer genres for me.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Like, I'm not a big country guy in the winter because it's too sad. I'm more of a summertime. There's some songs coming up that are like summertime.
So if the
songs.
sky is gray, you're not doing any sad country songs?
No, not really.
Yes.
Really? That's interesting.
I'm more of a mood guy, but it's kind of a cleanse, I guess.
I mean, the sad 90s country
right.
is always my favorite, no matter what the sky looks like. That's funny.
There's some classic ones.
So
okay.
So what I think a music cleanse is to kind of revisit. Basically, you kind of hear all these new songs, or you listen to this sort of hard, heavy stuff, or whatever it is you like, right? Techno or whatever, right? You listen to all these things and you really dive into it. And inadvertently, accidentally, or even on purpose, you at one point go back to something known, comfortable, and probably old, right? Or vintage. For me, it's going to be late 70s rock, and some 80s pop stuff that kind of resets you, recalibrates you, or takes you back to your childhood. That's kind of the music cleanse I'm talking about. And so I get on these wild tangents and go off and listen to, some crazy hard stuff that maybe is Amy's favorite or the kids aren't into. And every once in a while, I kind of got to mash the reset button. And we were talking about how, what band that was for me was Fleetwood Mac. We'll do that. But another one popped up. I was having lunch the other day, and they played some Fine Young Cannibals.
That's
do you
always
remember
a
that
favorite.
band? She Drives Me Crazy is one of their top songs, and Good Thing. Good Thing is such a good song.
Tim's, are you familiar?
I had to look this up after it was in the notes.
Maybe Dale can sing us some, since that was such a karaoke fan for you. Come on.
Oh, man, I can't do it.
Dale used to sing karaoke in this really cute little bar in Key West called Bobby's Monkey Bar. And his favorite thing to do when he got super drunk was to take his little flip-flops, his heavy feet, all the way down. Because it was not really at the end of the island. There were a lot of bars around. So you had to trek all the way down there. Mm-hmm. And he would get on stage and sing Good Thing.
Yes.
By Fine Young Cannibals. And it was amazing. I'm surprised we don't have any video of that.
I know. So the Fine Young Cannibals is a great example of an 80s pop, song that would definitely hit the reset button for me and ground me, right? But I don't do karaoke. Every time I would even avoid karaoke bars because I didn't want to be pressured or asked and have to refuse and be that bummer, be that party pooper. And so, but we go to this place called Bobby's Monkey Bar in Key West. We're down there for, weeks throughout the year for many years, right? We're enjoying all the bars down there, having a great time. We go into Bobby's a few times, and there's a couple karaoke bars on the island, but we go into that one and we're hanging out. We're having fun. It's a good bar.
It's a lot more locals too.
Yeah, it's a very, very, very local bar, but it's kind of off the ball, one block. But I don't know why, but I got that drunk where I was like, I'll go up there. I got a song I'll sing. And I don't know why I picked Fine Young Cannibals' Good Thing out of all the songs in the world. And it's a song I like, but not something that's like on my, favorite playlist. But, dude, I am not joking. And Amy, you back me up here. I get up there to sing this song, and I'm like, I'm instantly regretting this choice when I stand on stage.
You didn't seem like you regretted it. You seemed like you were all into it.
Well, once I got going,
Dancing, like working the stage
Yeah.
side to side. We're going side to side. We're
oh yeah,
doing all
Yeah.
the things
Yeah.
himself. It was amazing. And he got drunk enough to do it a few times because that wasn't just a one-man show. It wasn't a one-time deal. He did it over again.
well, the first
Play
time,
the same song over and over?
no, not in the same
Not in the
night.
same day, but like
Oh, okay.
multiple trips.
I just want to make it clear. I sing this song probably the first time I'd ever karaoke at a bar, legit karaoke. You know, I've done it at the house in front of, you know, my friends and Amy and my mom, but this is real deal Holyfield karaoke. And you're in Key West at Bobby's Monkey Bar. That's you know, they don't let just, you know, they'll boo you off the stage.
Yeah, they will.
But and I get done, and this place started cheering and clapping.
We couldn't. None of us could believe our eyes. We couldn't believe what we were seeing.
Not just Amy.
He didn't do a bad job, but we couldn't believe that the whole situation even happened and played out the way it did.
The whole bar was like, "Whoa!" Were they not, Amy?
They were. You did a good job, and so that's why I guess you went back
Oh,
for
man.
more. You liked the whole
So
scene.
yeah, so like fast forward, probably 2 or 3 years later, and we get there at Bobby's one night. I go up to hand the guy my slip. He goes, "I don't even have to look at it. Let me guess. Good thing. My fine young cannibals." I was like, "Damn, do I need to sing another song?"
Yeah.
He goes, "Would you?"
That's hilarious.
Yes.
Oh my God. So do you guys have a go-to karaoke song?
Well, that
Would
would
that
be
be yours
mine.
That was his.
Yeah.
I used to not get up there by myself because I don't really like doing all that. And sometimes I would get pressured or
Yeah.
just be drunk enough to do it.
I did
but
an Elvis song once up
yeah,
there.
you did?
I forget which one it was.
I always did Love Shack, which is a hard song to sing, but you just start screaming. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't get up there very often.
I like to get
Crowd
up there. and-
participation's good too.
I like to
getting
get
something
up,
that everyone else can sing. A crowd participation's good. Like getting a song that everyone else can sing and help you out too
Yeah.
is a big key.
Yeah. Neon Moon's another one I like to sing. My sister likes to sing that one with me.
Yeah, I like a duet.
Yeah.
Yeah. But something got Gus's attention.
He was just asleep.
Yeah.
What's up, buddy?
He's getting ain't nothing out there, bud. But anyways, we had a lot of fun at Bobby's. Shout out to Bobby's Monkey Bar. Good folks down there.
Yep.
Missing Key West.
I still never been to Key West. That sounds fun though.
You haven't?
No, haven't been. I've always wanted to go.
It's amazing.
Well, I've been
mean-
trying to plan this trip to go down there and been talking about taking you and Travis. Did you know that?
No, I did not know that.
Oh, you didn't know that? Yeah, well, I've been talking to Travis about it. So there you
Travis
go. Now
is
you know.
not telling. He's not
Yeah.
spilling the beans.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, sure, yeah.
Me and
No, I haven't
Travis
heard
have been debating on whether you know we should take you along.
Why?
No,
What do I gotta
that's
prove?
so rude.
What
I'm
do I
just
gotta
kidding.
prove?
You want to go? He wants to go.
I would love to. That's a guy's trip of a guy's trip.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a guy's trip.
Yeah. I could drink beer all day.
Hmm? Yep.
Buffalo shrimp and cold beer, flip flops, and
all I
karaoke.
need.
You might have to do some karaoke. Pick
I
your
think
song.
I'm done.
If I get drunk enough, I could do karaoke for sure.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
good time.
I could just sing the tequila song if I get nervous anyway. So.
Really?
Oh yeah. Well, that's just it. Just sing tequila.
Oh,
Yeah.
tequila.
Dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun,
Dun,
dun,
dun,
tequila.
Oh, I thought you
my
said you
gosh.
drink tequila.
But
I
I
got
could do
it.
tequila too and get that. But
Do you do the Pee Wee Herman dance while you'd sing
what's that? I don't know what that is.
No, you don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
Damn it. Oh God, these boys
Doesn't
are
he
so
do that?
young. Yeah, before
How's it going? Yeah.
on his toes.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn. We're getting old.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, I did. Did I do Backstreet Boys?
I don't remember that. That might have been on a guy's
Who
trip
put
too.
that on there?
You tweeted at
I did.
because Backstreet Boys is sponsoring a car this weekend, I think, and you tweeted this, and you're like, "I'm willing to admit that I turn this song up every time." I
Oh,
hear it."
hell yes. Show me the meaning of being lonely.
Yeah,
So
he'll sing the hell out of that song.
The
in the
Backstreet
car.
Boys are sponsoring, whose car is it?
John Hunter Nemechek.
That's right. And a long time ago, I was riding down the street, back when you tweeted pretty much every thought in your brain. I was driving down the road and that song came on, and I was like, oh, hell, I got to tell everybody that I love this song. Oh, man. You know how you were back in the the old days of Twitter. But
I had a moment.
Show Me the Meaning of Being Lonely is a jam. If that comes on, I'm singing it. Damn right. I'm singing it in the car, whether you're in there or not. Probably more loudly if you're in there, because I'm trying to impress you.
He works hard at that.
My range. But, all right, so
you're a Backstreet fan, and were you more of a Backstreet fan than an NSYNC fan? Because everybody kind of picked one. It was like Britney and Christina.
Yeah, that's tough. I liked them both.
You liked them
both? I like them both. I liked them both almost the same, and they both had like 3 or 4 songs that like I'd play them right now.
I was more of an NSYNC girl.
Really?
And Christina.
Yeah.
I like Britney, but I felt like she just wasn't as good of a singer as Christina was.
Yeah.
So I always picked her. But
yeah,
I also liked how raunchy she was.
I wasn't into nose rings. I think Christina Aguilera had one of those.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
She probably had
I
rings
always
in a lot of
wonder,
places.
like with a nose ring, like how it gets all crusty and boogery in there. Ugh.
That's where your mind goes?
Yes. I mean, it's in your nose. Like it's catching all the just like your nose hairs. How do you keep... Like,
well, she's not a man. She doesn't have like burly nose hairs.
It just grosses me out to think about boogers getting hung up on it. Ugh. Now everybody's grossed.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
good job.
Am I the
girl.
only one that thinks about that when they see a nose ring?
What do you think about when you see belly button rings?
I don't think about anything. I think that, I think I can do without it, I guess is what I think.
What'd you do that for?
Yeah, why'd you do that?
I just pictured like if they take it out, how weird it looks. And I'm like, I don't.
Then you got a hole
in your belly?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't like that at all.
So I did never get one, but a lot of my girlfriends who now have children have really weird looking belly buttons from those belly button holes. Yeah. Including my sister, Katie.
Nose ring. That's my Dale's nose ring. I don't like the belly button rings.
All right.
Katie's belly button got so weird looking that she had a couple of vacations. This is post kids. She's going to kill me. Where she went at one point, a crab latched onto it.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And they were in the lake once and a fish bit it, thinking it was like bait.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
She is going to kill you.
She's going to kill me. But yeah, so don't do that, girls. Belly button rings are a no-no. You're going to regret that.
We can take this out if this is too much, but it was like that little thing that pops out of the turkey. Is that what it was like?
The thermometer?
Yes. Is that what her belly button was
I don't
like?
think it was quite that bad, but in the same vein, I guess.
When she had her kids, pop! This one's ready. She is going to kill me. All right.
Sorry, Katie.
We need to talk about sitting on the opposite sides of the booth.
We had a lot of feedback, by the way. I put that on my Instagram story and polled it. And I think 60-something% said that it was an ick.
Yeah.
But it was kind of split otherwise. And so I got a lot of messages too. So a lot of people like to respond and explain themselves. And apparently Dale and I are weirdos.
Yeah.
For sitting next to each other. I don't get it.
We concede.
Yeah, we concede to being... We accept our weirdo-ness. We're not going to change it. But, I was shocked.
You're definitely the minority. But yeah, definitely stick to you. Don't conform to the norm.
To further this just a bit. All right. So I was thinking that we're not weird. That most of the people that are answering ick or nope, won't do that, like yourself, Tim's, are looking through it through the lens of someone who's in a good, but not like
a new, fresh relationship.
Yes, a new, fresh relationship. So on the front end of that, yes, I would not sit on the same side as somebody that I just recently started seeing. And I probably wouldn't do it until we got really in deep, deep romantic love, right? And so like me and Amy are, I think, as in love as a couple could be, right? And so when you reach that point, I think it becomes like, all right, let's just sit together. I want to hold you, I want to put my arm around you, I want to hold your hand, I just want you next to me.
Or steal your food.
Just like people, like when you're riding down the street in a bench pickup truck, right? The girl wants to slide over and sits in the middle. I mean, I think that's cool when I see it. And so some people might look at that and go, gosh, what, how,
Love.
yeah. Yeah. But I was going to ask you, so this,
You are dating someone, right?
No.
You're not?
No, I'm single.
all right. He's single, ladies.
Okay.
If-
I saw that you went to a wedding or something and you had posted a pic with some
I went
people.
to a winery,
I thought maybe it was your date.
No, that was my buddy's girlfriend next to me, but
Oh.
So if you're sitting at a square table with 4 chairs, are you needing to be completely opposite, or would you be cat-a-corner, or what is it called?
Adjacent.
Adjacent.
I'm adjacent. I actually think sitting totally across on a 4-sided table is a little bit
Too much.
extreme. That's too far. Yeah, unless there's obviously like 3 people, but I like to be one-on-one. It's catty corner.
Okay.
Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah. All right. Well, I was a bit surprised that we were in the minority there.
Yeah, I was too.
On
A lot of
that.
the explanation was, no, we just want to be able to sit and cross and talk to each other. I feel like when Dale and I get to go sit by ourselves, especially just 2 of us, we don't say anything.
Yeah.
I mean, we talk in the truck. I guess we get all of our conversation out on the ride over and just kind of relax while we're sitting there together.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're weird. I'm willing to accept it.
All right. So we're going to play a game now. Tim's, if you're ready to move.
I'm ready.
Is this a real bar? Tim's is going to read off some bar names and a customer review. And then me and Amy must decide whether it's a real bar. So some of these are fake.
Some of these are fake, some of these are real, and some of them have customer reviews. Some are just like the description of the bar. So it'll give you some context clues if they're real or not.
All right, here we go.
So the first one is going to be the Village Idiot Pub. And this review says, my wife and I come here every year for our anniversary. We love it so much that our daughter was conceived in the parking lot. 4 stars.
I would say it's real. They seem like some pretty rowdy people.
I'm going to go fake.
That is real. It is a real bar in Patchogue, New York. I actually have been to this bar.
Hey,
You have?
Yep, it is fun. It is fun. It is very fun.
Hey, we should. So the real ones, let's make a list and hit some of them up.
yeah.
Okay, keep going. This is fun.
Well, there's these, talking about places you've been. There's a couple handles I follow on social media, on Instagram, actually, like this dive bar account. And then there's this guy that does dive bars strictly in Wisconsin.
Oh.
And dude, these places, everyone they post, I'm like, gosh, that looks great. Like it does make you want to kind of go on a
little tour.
week-long tour. Yeah.
It does, yeah. I see once a week the Thirsty Beaver get posted because of their whole story. It's
Yep.
a
Yeah.
bar here in Charlotte, and it's a great bar. I love it. Don't get me wrong, but it does. Everyone in the comments is like, I gotta go there. That sounds sick. So
Yep.
those accounts are awesome. Our next one is Ray's Happy Birthday Bar, and the description here is it. 1938, when our founder Ray Capozzoli dedicated his life to saying "Happy Birthday" every time a customer walked through the door. Real or fake?
I'm going to say real.
It sounds like it could be real. Sounds like a fun place. If it is real.
It is real. In
It's
Philadelphia,
real.
PA.
Ray's Happy
Yep.
Birthday Bar. Well, that's
They named
cool.
it Ray's Happy Birthday Bar after he passed away or moved on. So
Very cool.
all right. Our next one is called the Horny Harp. If
The
you've
Horny
ever
Harp?
been- the Horny Harp.
Oh my God.
Customer review is, if you've ever been to a cowboy bar in the United States, you'd love this place. Instead of riding a bull, you can ride a leprechaun. And instead of finding a tall cowboy, you find a fat, drunk, bald Irishman. 3.5 stars.
Fake.
That is fake, yes.
Very creative blurb.
Yes, I came up with that. Our next one is Broken Promises. It's a divorcee bar. Marriage failed on your first time around. Grieve with a cold drink. Use our bartenders as therapists. Then try round 2 with the guy at the end of the bar. Real or fake?
Fake.
I'm going to say real just because it seems like it's in the middle.
That is fake.
Fake. All right.
That's fake. All right, I got 2 more for you.
We're tied, by the way, Ralph.
Oh, we're counting?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course we are.
2, maybe 3 then. Sister Louisa's Church has 2 locations, both in Georgia. I didn't know if there was a God until I walked in here. Great food and even better artwork on the walls. 10 out of 10 recommend. P.S. Music kind of sucks though. 5 stars.
Real.
That is real.
Yeah.
Two
My
locations
girlfriends
are
and I wanted
opposite
to
Atlanta.
create a place we called church. Did I tell you? Did we talk about this with Jamie? We all said we were going to put some money in and buy like a little house somewhere, and we were just going to say we're going to call it church. And so if we had to tell our husbands we were going to church or going somewhere, we're going to church, and we were just going to go hang out in this house, like as an escape, like a man, not like a man cave, like a lady. What do they call it?
I don't know.
What's the lady version of a man cave?
A man cave. Yeah, I forget what they call that. Those little buildings they have out in the backyard.
Yeah,
She shed.
a she shed. It was going to be like our she shed, but we were going to call it church.
That's funny. I've heard people say I'm going to open a bar, call it gym. So I'm going to the gym.
Yeah, going to the
It's just
gym. Kind of like that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. This one is called the Whale Sex Club.
The Whale Sex Club?
Whale Sex Club. Not what I was expecting, but tasty cocktails. Kid friendly too, with unlimited basket of chicken fingers. 5 stars.
Fake.
It's got to be fake, right?
That's real.
Holy moly.
Whoa.
Phoenix, Arizona. Yeah.
Arizona?
Arizona. It's called the Whale Sex Club.
Whale Sex Club. It's kid friendly with
I
chicken
think they were
tenders?
being sarcastic.
Yeah.
Are they?
And they might have been. It gave them 5 stars though. All right. Our last one, unless you guys tie, then I have another one. It's called Ye Old Bad Decisions. Wow, what a ride. Seamus the bartender poured me a Regret on the Rocks cocktail, and I never looked back. Woke up with a tattoo, a missing shoe, and a phone number labeled "Please don't call." 3 stars.
The phone number that says please don't call. I'm going to say it's fake.
Real.
It is fake.
All right.
I win.
Anthony wins. Yeah, we had to
Anthony
do
wins.
it. I had to go the other route just to
I know.
see who wins.
Well,
All right. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I always I love a dive bar. Love them.
you used to get dive bar T-shirts in the
I
mail
did.
every
I was
month
part of that. I was part of that. You got the dive bar T-shirt every month, once a month.
from Real Places.
Yeah, it's like a $20 kind of a
Subscription.
Yeah,
Yeah.
subscription.
Oh, that's cool.
subscription.
Subscription.
Yeah, dive bar T-shirt.
It got out of hand
Club.
though. He had like way too many of those things.
Finally, yeah. After like a year and a half, I had to turn it off.
Yeah.
But it was really fun for a while, and then it got to be like, all right. But yeah, I mean, I'm all for like going somewhere just strictly to go to the cool dive bar in town. You know, like take a real trip just for the bar.
Yeah. There's nothing like going somewhere and you walk down like the main strip and you see this really divey or Irish pub.
Yeah.
And you're like, let's just go in there and drink
Yeah.
and end up there all day.
There's
Every-
always a good time in an Irish pub.
We went to
Yeah.
Montana. Yeah, we went to Montana this past year, and I mean, any trip we took, that's like the
We researched what those options were first.
everywhere you go, you're like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do this. There's this, there's that. If you're going to Ireland or England or whatever, we've got this on the. We're gonna eat here. We're gonna do that. But your radar, your dive bar radar, is like on all the time.
And if they have touch tunes, they
And when you're in different countries, it's just pubs or whatever. But you're like, oh yeah, that's an old place. I need to go in there. We got to stop in there.
Mhm.
And and you never want to leave. You go in there and you're like, damn, I'm ready. I just don't want to even leave.
Yeah. Do you guys, when you guys are on vacation, do you you find a bar like that? Do you stay at that bar?
Oh,
all
yeah.
day? Can you do that?
I mean,
or do you try to bar hop?
It depends
try
on
to
the
find
town.
another
Like
one?
if there's a lot of options, we might hop around. But if we're having a good time, we don't really try to get up and ruin the vibe, because sometimes you can do that. And so we've got plenty of vacations where we'll start in a pub, have some lunch, and then have such a good time. We also have dinner at the same place.
Yeah, like we don't move.
Yeah, we don't move.
Yeah.
I think when it's just like me and Amy, if we go somewhere, we'll probably spend a longer time at the first bar and before we move to another one, or maybe not even move to one. When you got a big group,
It's hard to do that.
it's hard because everybody feels antsy. Everybody's like, "What's next?"
There's so many
just try this.
opinions.
What's better? I will tell you this though: what I've learned in my experiences is that even though you leave that first bar thinking you're going to go to the next one, they're just going to keep getting better, or you're going to find another cool place, or it's the first one's always the best one, and you always end up back at that bar at the end of the night, or more often than not, going, "We should have never left here. Why did we do that?" And I'll tell you what bar that is in Key West. It's Schooners. It's kind of the first. So when we go to Key West, I have this sort of system.
Yeah, he's got a map.
Yeah. So we're gonna land and go have lunch at the Raw Bar. Walk from the Raw Bar to Schooners and have drinks, and then you just go from there wherever you go, right? And it's Captain Tony's is great. There's a bunch of awesome bars. Everybody's heard of several of these bars, but you always like end up back at Schooners to finish the night, and you're like, man, this is a pretty good damn place. Why did we leave here earlier? But it's
You're gonna love it.
I got a little system. Yeah,
I can't wait. Sounds amazing.
The other thing that I wanted to do, so I'm kind of torn because I've been down in Key West Old Town a ton, and I know pretty much all the stuff going on down there and all the great bars to go to. I never really did a lot of investigating
in the Middle Keys.
From Homestead to Key West Old Town, all that in between, all the Middle Keys, and there's a bunch of great places with a lot of history, and I wanted to do like a north to south 3-day tour and hit all these kind of cool spots. So that's something I want to do one day, but I'm not sure when I'll get to it. But
hey guys, this is Ask Amy. We are on Bless Your Hardt and on location at our beach house here in South Carolina. So you guys have sent us some questions. Thanks for sending. Tim's, what do you got?
Our first question is from Ben, or he wants to know where his wife can get that sweatshirt you had on your Instagram story yesterday.
Oh,
what was it? What did your shirt say?
It's that shirt that says, sorry for having great tits and correct opinions.
Okay.
I'll put it in my story with a link because I think I saw someone else with it on and Googled it, like did a Google image search. So I'm not sure where I bought it. It could have been Amazon, but I'm not sure.
Interesting. Yeah. I couldn't read it. It was backwards.
It was backwards. And I felt like I needed to keep it backwards. Like if you were clever enough to flip it and read it, then it was good. But otherwise, it was kind of one of those shirts better half of people can't read it.
Yeah. Our next question kind of goes what we just talked about. What are some must-haves for a bar to be fun?
That's a good question. Must-haves for a bar to be fun.
Number one, touch tunes. That's number one.
Music. Comfortable seating. Very cold beer.
I was going to say cold beer. Very cold. Like cold beer, like cold beer.
Yeah. Cold beer. There was a place we used to go to in Key West that the beer was so cold and they served it in a mug that they had to give you a hot pad so that it didn't stick to the bar top. And now it's gotten so popular they can't keep the mugs cold enough. But yeah, cold beer, music, comfortable seating. I don't know. What else do you think?
Neon lights. Always fun.
Neons?
Yeah, neons help. Neons sort
Just
of
a
help the vibe.
Yeah.
I think we nailed it.
Yeah. What about like dark or light? Is it more like no windows kind of, or do you want some sunlight in there?
I'd prefer windows, even if the place is dark, like some natural light in. It's just good for your mind, right?
I don't like bright places. I like them kind of dingy, but yeah, I don't mind some windows. But I like a dive bar, kind of been around. Local vibe, feels like it's been there for a long time, and yeah.
No bar games or anything like that.
I'm not into bar games.
No, his bar game is playing the music
drinking.
on the
My bar
touch
game
tunes.
is drinking beer.
We have friends that'll to travel with like a pack of cards, and so like I like that.
Yeah.
But sometimes too, we're just playing games without tools. Like instead of I Spy, it's more like try to guess what that person does for work, or like guess someone's story. And it's just fun to chit chat about things like that.
There's a place in Kannapolis or around Enochville, North Carolina called Sandy Ridge, and it's a gas station with a bar in the back, and you can play Keno and things like on the TV.
Yeah.
And there's little gambling going on with the North Carolina lottery, but that's kind of fun. But after about 3 or 4 beers, like I can't do the math. I can't pay attention. I can't like
you've lost.
Yeah, I kind of lost my ability to like really focus.
Yeah. I'll give you 2 that I love to spot where you can people watch, like maybe like outdoors, like watch people walk by.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of the TVs has to have like a game show network on or something that's just like not a typical game or anything like that. Just so I can like it, because I sat at a bar, watched the game show network, and I was basically playing along with them.
What station is it too that plays all of the clips where people are falling or all the silly obstacle
it's like
course
Hive TV
videos
or something like that. It's like I don't know what channel it is, but it's some special one. Or Mav TV maybe has that.
Yeah, maybe.
That's pretty good. Our next one is, where is the next place you guys like to vacation that you haven't been before?
We've been trying to figure out how to get to Italy. I've been, but Dale has not.
Australia. I've been. Amy has not.
That's right. We want to take the kids though, so we're going to wait a little longer. I don't
Is it
know.
tough to find a spot you guys both haven't been to that you want to go to?
I mean, I think
Greece.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
I like to go to all the really pretty places that don't have dive bars.
No. We've been talking about this. Is it Amsterdam or Austria? Or there was like remember
we talked about going to Prague, and there's some beautiful places around there.
Like coastal towns on these big lakes.
Lake Como.
Lake Como?
That's in Italy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. There's kind of like Central Europe or Eastern Europe. Mm-hmm. There's some really, really beautiful places that we thought about going to. Kind of cool. Yeah.
I feel like we've mashed the brakes completely on a big trip because we did so much of that stuff last year.
Yeah, we're kind of taking it easy this year and just working and being at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. This next one is this is funny. Would you rather be drunk on a rainy day or sober on a sunny day? A lot of drinking questions this week.
Yeah, good. I like those drinking questions. I'm gonna say sober on a sunny day. I think.
Yeah, I think so too. Drunk on a rainy day.
I don't want to do on a rainy day. Rainy days aren't fun no matter what.
Yeah, I mean you can't. Right? I mean you can't go outside and do anything.
No.
We have plenty of rainy days. We're always going back to Key West, but rain in Key West does not deter you, even though it's a very outside place.
It's often sunny while it's raining in Key West.
Yeah, that's true. You can have both at the same time.
Yeah.
Florida. Yeah, that makes sense.
But I'm going to take that sunny day, even if I have to be sober.
I have one more for you guys here. Matthew wants to know, any tips to help get my fiance into racing? Would taking her to a race help?
Yeah.
Taking her is a good idea. It's completely different in person. I tell that to anyone who hasn't been. And every track is very different too, different atmosphere, different vibe. So
Amy,
you should choose wisely, but
so like Amy, of all the tracks that you went to, if you were say, hey, I'm going to take one of my girlfriends that's never been, which one would you take, feeling confident that would be the one where she'd probably have the most fun, excluding the race? Like,
excluding the race?
Yeah, like which one did you go to where you're like, it's the most comfortable seating or the best experience pre-race, the most festive or the best location to be able to go to restaurants or whatever, right? So like that's how you're trying this. That's
how I'm selling it.
Yeah, you're selling that. Sell that to me.
That's really hard. So I was thinking about the racetrack experience alone, which, any of the bigger tracks are epics. Like Daytona is incredible, but Bristol's also very amazing because it's so loud. Everything's on top. You're like on top of it. And it's just a very different experience. The racing's different too. But if I'm going to take a girl and I want the entire weekend to be awesome, I'm going to take her to Sonoma or probably to Texas, because in Texas, there's a racetrack's kind of outside of town, but there's a lot to do. There's a lot to see and do. And I don't know. I feel like
Buc-ee's.
Yeah, there's Buc-ee's.
Yeah, go to Buc-ee's.
I mean, you can go into
the
stockyards and see something that you don't usually get to see.
Billy Bob's.
Yeah. Sonoma's just great because it's beautiful and it's wine country. So every girl, even if they don't love wine, appreciates the atmosphere, and it's just beautiful out there. But I don't know. They're just all so different. Go to the one that's closest to you. Start there, and I think that you get the buy-in. I kind of almost wonder where these people live, so I can give them like a direct answer. But I think taking her and letting her see it in person is a good way to start. It's just so cool, very different than seeing it on TV.
Agree. Yeah, that's all we got for Ask Amy this week.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yeah, appreciate y'all tuning in and giving us all these great questions. Thanks for subscribing to the Bless Your Hardt YouTube page, and thanks for supporting this Thursday show. All right, thanks everybody. It was a lot of fun. Appreciate y'all joining us here for a few minutes on our little vacation away from the house and away from the studio. We'll be back in the studio next week once we get the kids back home and back into school. Don't forget about the merch store. I want to mention that Dirty Mo Media has launched a brand new e-commerce merch line. A lot of awesome t-shirts, hats, sweatshirts, and there's more coming all the time. Great new ideas always popping up. So make sure, and we got shirts for all of our podcasts and all of our content. So visit shop.dirtymomedia.com to check out all the new stuff. Let us know what you like and what you'd like to see more of. Subscribe to Bless Your Hardt on the YouTube and support that for us. We got a lot of great content always coming up on there as well. The full show, a lot of shorts and things like that as well. So we're having fun with this show and feel like we're starting to get our sea legs, and we'll see you. Yeah, we'll see you next week.